Alright, y'all. It's Easy the King. You know what time it is. It's horror month, baby. I've been catching a couple of movies earlier already today on these networks. Halloween fever is in the building. But as I promised, I got a special one for y'all. Week one. Y'all know what it is. Y'all seen the updates. Y'all seen all my reminders. This is Animal Horror Week. And I'm kicking this one off. Excuse me. With Anaconda. Spoilers for this review, even though it came out in 1997. But spoilers for the review and basically everything I'm finna talk about because I'm finna get in depth with this. Now, this might be a controversial statement, but for me, this was my Jaws growing up. Jaws came out in like the mid 70s throughout the 80s, when the years I was being born. So I don't got the nostalgia for Jaws. I watched Jaws 1 and it's a good movie, and I could put myself in it. Because if I could watch Leatherface and put myself into that, I could put myself into Jaws. It's just like, for me personally, I'm thinking in my mind, I wish the damn shark did work better. You don't see him too much throughout the movie or the franchise. But I get to Jaws when I get to Jaws. Anaconda, as I said, I seen this movie at the movies with my mom back in the day. It was pretty good. I didn't have my IQ of movies or National Geographic as far as animals. So I thought, not that this was a true story, I knew it was a movie, but I thought actually Anacondas was that big. So I was like, whoa, it blew me out the water. I knew the history of anacondas in the future, but at this time, 12-year-old me didn't. So I'm finna get into it. I'm gonna look at the notes real quick because I ain't gonna need them after this. I'm just gonna get to the cast of Anaconda. Smoke break. Alright. We started off with the one and only Ice Cube. He's playing Danny. We got Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo. She playing Terry. We got John Vaughn, legendary actor. I loved him in Rosewood. He's Paul in this, basically the antagonist. And then we got the funny Owen Wilson. He's Gary. That's my guy in this. I'm going to get to Gary in a minute. But me and my wife love him and Jennifer Aniston and Merle and Me. Sad, underrated family movie. Getting to it. All right. Like I said, this cast, besides John Vaughn, who is Paul, they all, it's some more, I always say this, I just get to the main 2 or 3 characters, maybe 4 or 5, depending on how big the cast is, but it's always more characters that I didn't name. Excuse me. So it's a cast of like 7, 8 members, and they on the excursion through the Amazon forest. They're basically like some National Geographic type of people, where I think Ice Cube is the photographer, J-Lo is the like narrator, Owen is like the gamekeeper who know the area and know the religions of these Amazon tribes that they trying to document. And it's some more people. Westridge, he's like the snobby guy with the money behind it. And J-Lo's boyfriend, I forgot his name, I didn't bring him up, but he's like, you know what I'm saying, the narrator of it. You know what I'm saying? He know more about the tribe than everybody. So they all on the they got their nice little big boat. They on the Amazon rainforest. They, you know what I'm saying, on their boat, you know what I'm saying, doing their excursion. They filming, talking, navigating. Every time they come across something, they stop, they photograph it, they, you know what I'm saying? Everything is smooth for a documentary at this point. It's one crazy night through the movie, because this is like the first 10, 15 minutes at the introductory scenes. 15, 20 minutes into the movie, it's a big rainstorm where they all ducked in for shelter. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they see Paul, John Vaughn's character, like he on the side of the river, you know what I'm saying, getting blasted by the thunderstorm, and he's waving for help and anybody. So they anchor him over, get him on. And he, you know what I'm saying, introduce himself. They start introducing themselves, and he tell them about his situation and how he got there. His boat and his other men got wrecked because they boat wasn't good enough. Ooh, they let him on. They chilling. You could see instantly because it's somebody who navigating a boat. The cat, he ain't the captain, but he just the navigator. You know what I'm saying? Controlling the boat, driving it. He recognized Paul's character. That you could see like subliminally they look at each other. Because when the movie start, the movie is called Anaconda, so we know Anaconda is gonna pop up eventually. But the opening act shows Anaconda hunting a human and killing them. So throughout the movie, they still navigating, talking. They to get them in the water and things start happening. They start hitting snags here and there. They got to get in the water to, you know, cut themselves loose. That's when one of the characters get a like some kind of crab or lobster in his throat, and he incapacitated for the whole movie. He out of it. So that's when they still ain't nothing really happened yet. They just talking, you know what I'm saying, navigating. You getting to know the characters, how they interact. This is like the first 20 minutes is what I'm describing. Now I'm finna get to the break-in point. It comes a point where Gary character is talking to Paul, and he just like, you know what I'm saying, the way his mannerism is, the way he move, he got a real hunter poacher personality. Like he'd just shoot, you know what I'm saying, eagle out the sky, get it, skin it, you know what I'm saying, start cooking it. It ain't an eagle, but he just do random vulgar stuff without warning to let you know he kind of fishy. So Cube and J-Lo have a huddle. They talking like, yeah, we doing a good Samaritan thing, but we here on business. We're going to have to get dude up out of here pretty soon. That's when the night falls. She like, I'm going to see how it go. We going to talk to him. If he keep acting erratic, we going to put his ass out. So that night they all go to bed. That's the plan. If his behavior continue, we getting rid of him. But if he help us and navigate and give us these shortcuts, then we gonna continue to go with him because he have been giving them information about the forest. He know about the forest more than them. Shortcuts, different avenues. That's a dead end. This ain't on the map, and everything he say been coming out to be, you know what I'm saying, fruitful. He ain't capping. So the next night, at the night, Gary is talking to him, and he basically finessing him like. Tell him his real motives and agenda. Like, yeah, I'm an anaconda hunter. Do you know anything about them? And Gary like, no, I'm interested. What's up with them? He like, man, they're very precious, very priceful. If you catch one alive, if you catch one dead, you can get money off it. But if you catch them alive, they worth triple the price. So he basically trying to get an ally. So the next day, it ends on Gary I looking like intrigued with the money. Because at this point, they finding out information, but they ain't getting to the crux of what they came for. So Gary thinking the mission ain't a bust, but we having more problems that he's solving than we solving on our own. So Gary's mind is kind of like thinking maybe we should do this. So the next day, Paul comes out with the rifle. Boom! He shoots a monkey out the sky. We all looking. Everybody start hearing the gunshot. Ice Cube and then walk up to him like, what the fuck are you doing? What's going on? He like, bait. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even try to like finesse him into it. He just came, since he got Gary on his side and the rifle, he went straight to business like, yeah, this is live bait. The blood. To catch an anaconda, you need bait. You know what I'm saying? So then they like, what are you talking about? We here on an excursion to run about the people. He like, man, I can tell you everything you need to know about these people. We ain't doing that. We finna do an anaconda hunt. And then J-Lo like, I'm sorry, I'm not finna call these characters their name. Jennifer Lopez is J-Lo and Ice Cube is Ice Cube. And Gary Owens is damn near Gary Owens. Anyways, I just have to say that. I hate saying character names when they way bigger than the character they playing. Anyways, that's when John Vaughn character is like, Gary on my side, and Gary girlfriend like, what's going on? You really with him? He like, yeah, you gotta think about it, because he ain't an evil guy. He just thinking logical, sorta. But he like, think about it. Everything we covering, we still can cover and do. But what if we came back with a bigger scoop with the Anaconda story on top of this? That could be worth money and publicity. They thinking like, he done got to you. We good on all of that. We ain't hunters. We photographers and, you know what I'm saying, those kind of people. National Geographic's narrators and them type of storytellers. So they all ain't for it. Dude shoot the gun like, boom, y'all for it. You know what I'm saying? John Vaughn character. So they all just like tried to like fight him, rush him. Ice Cube got his knife. He signaling on the low to J Lo. I'm finna cut him. As soon as he make a move, he punched Ice Cube, smacked the bitch. You know what I'm saying? And pull the gun out. Like, if we trying to do this, I'm finna kill y'all. Or we gonna either hunt the snake or I'm finna off y'all and take the boat. So they all basically at a moment of coming to, like, damn, this fucked up. But I guess this the situation. So everybody realizing we finna hunt a snake. They all pissed and mad and sad and mopey and mean looking and mean faces and grisly. And that's the end of the scene. That particular next night, he got Gary on the big spot. What you call it? I can't think of, but whatever. You know what the police have, them big spotlight spotters into the water. He got the monkey on the, you know what I'm saying, bait, like fishing for the snake. He, you know what I'm saying, dun, 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 the tension builds up. That's when the snake grabs it. They say, put the light on it, slow the boat down, put the anchor, we need to catch it. This is a real intense scene. Bam, 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 bam. We've been seeing silhouettes of the snake through the water here and there, or the snake skin after it shed it, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But this is the first entrance of seeing the snake. The snake pops up out the water, and I was like, whoa, god damn, that motherfucker huge. It spits the monkey out like this is a man-eater anaconda with no fear of human. So it's looking at the monkey like that's bait. Y'all the real meal. He spit the monkey out, and I think it was Gary Owen's girl face, and it's just like discombobulation on the boat. Stuff starting us, and they start running around. The snake so big, its tail is on the boat. It starting us and knocking shit over, and it knocks one of the chairs over, which knocks Gary Owen's girl into the water. That's when the snake look up and goes under. Gary jump in the water after his girl. Dun 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 dun. I mean, I put the Jaws theme in it because that's iconic, but it's a different palette scheme and music for that. But it's intense. It's your heart beating. Gary get his chick up onto the boat, but he don't get up in time before the snake wraps around him. And then when he wrap around him, it's like you hear the bones and the ribs crunch. It was just iconic to me, legendary type of scene. And then the whole crowd, the audience was even gassing in the theater I was at, but all the cast members was just like shocked because this is a snake, a real life snake, and they man is getting, you know what I'm saying, devoured after it break all the bones. They still, Gary trying to like subconsciously reach out to them, but the snake still like biting at him and hissing, and then it bites his head and drags him under the water. Kill number one. Then you see like a scene or two later, it's swimming through the water and a big ass dent where, you know what I'm saying, Gary's body is. Like, it wouldn't have swallowed it that fast. That's all fake. But from movie standpoint, it was a good visual. I'm not finna go through every beat, plot, and beat like I'm doing so far. Just know throughout the movie, it's intense now. The beef with the cast members and with Ice Cube and J-Lo and them, they all beefing with dude because he kind of got Gary killed and he got the driver of the boat on his team. So it's like a civil war on the boat where he controlled them because he got the power with the rifle. So throughout the movie, it's clearly now a snake hunt movie. So even though that was a failed attempt, he thinking we finna go to a dead end where we can trap the snake. But in that dead end area, you also trapped in. So it's a bunch of other scenes that happen that get people killed. Like Westridge, they have to go in the water for some fuel or something, and they gotta tie a knot to this tree, tie one to that tree. The snake come. And it's just like a situation where it's multiple snakes. So they kill one or two snakes throughout the movie. But Westridge, as they tying these anchors and stuff, trying to get the boat loose from the rubble underneath, Westridge get cornered by the snake, trying to jump off the waterfall. The snake grabs him in mid-air, wraps him up, killing the movie for me. And then at the very end, after he kill everybody, you know, J-Lo and Cube are the final two. And John Vaughn's character, he trapped them, though, I don't know, it was like pig blood or something on them. Something that really, like one of the Anaconda's number one prey. He throw that kind of blood on them, and he got a net, everything set up perfect. So when a snake anaconda come, it wraps around them, whether they kill them or not, he traps it. So this is a hell of a plan, but of course, they're the leaders and they the final girl and boy. They the stars of the movie and he the villain. So they, you know what I'm saying, tape together, they stand up, the snake attack him, he wraps around them, but instead of going for a kill, he wraps around him leg first, not body first, we can engulf him. So that's when Jock Vaughn come down, net him up. The anaconda's going so crazy, he's breaking the net and it's the netting is hooked up against the wall secure, but the anaconda weighs so much and is in distress, it breaks the net and it comes out. Now it sees them as, you know what I'm saying, they already tied up and I can get to them. It looks at John Vaughn's character as the op. It goes after him, sucks him up, wraps around him, kill him. And you see the kill where they got the, you know what I'm saying, the animatronics and he going through like how you would get ate by a snake. It was a nice little scene from 97. Then J-Lo and them and Ice Cube are squirming their way out the tape. They get it cut. That's when they started, you know what I'm saying, making a little noise. After he see that, he runs over and smacks them with his tail, knock them down. They get to fighting him in there, trying to get out, because they get to a part of the back of the particular area they like a little hut building where, you know what I'm saying, I guess the old snake hunters was, you know what I'm saying, holding up. Like a little shack. They get to the back of that, climb up the ladder stairs where it's like a 2 stories high. The snake is coming after them and they gotta jump off of it like 2 stories high into the water. This would have been scary as hell. It's either the snake or that though. So J-Lo do it, Ice Cube do it, they blow the snake up. Happy ending. Now, it's a part of the movie where I didn't get to, like I said, every plot beating point. Because it's a point in the movie where Ice Cube get wrapped around the snake. And I'm thinking, here we go, black man dies. But this is late 90s where the black guy survived. Like, spoilers, Busta Rhymes and Resurrection, LL and Deep Blue Sea. It started becoming a trend where the black guy gotta survive instead of being the first kill like all the 80s and early 90s. So that was good to see. Because J-Lo shot the Anaconda to make him release Cube. But this movie ain't no masterpiece like the stuff you see behind me. Leatherface, Saw, Chucky, even Jeepers Creepers, that bastard. But I love the movie for some reason. You know, Seven, Hannibal. It's not like this guy, the legendary Freddy Krueger. It's not a masterpiece in no way like none of these movies that you see in my background. But what it is a great Saturday night popcorn movie. If it come on, it's a nice little movie to get into, watch real quick, an hour and a half, not too long. It's great for me. And I'm going to rate this movie a solid 5 out of 10. You thinking, damn, all that shit you said, it's only 5 out of 10? 5 out of 10 to me is passable. When you start getting the 6, 7, 8, 9s, it start being better, and more reasons why it get high. This is a 5 because it's an average run-of-the-mill movie. You know what I'm saying? Nice little popcorn movie. It ain't really horror, but it's suspenseful. It's some nice little movies, a few kills, and I think you will enjoy it. ZZ the King. Like and subscribe. Your favorite horror channel. And I'm out. Banger.